There's a moment when all of us who are becoming expats leave our home not knowing when we're going to return, leaving the past behind, and that's what the song Burn My Life is all about.
Burn my life, burn my life, burn my life to the ground. Burn my life, burn my life, burn my life to the ground. Burn my life, burn my life, burn my life to the ground. Burn my life, burn my life, burn my life and take me out.
I wrote this song recalling a time in 2008 when I was leaving my life in Canada and moving to Serbia to launch my project Worldly Savages and become a singer-songwriter and take music seriously. And I knew that I had to leave my life in Canada behind to go and find inspiration and possibility in the new country. So at the time, somebody said that the hardest part was to get to the airport, and then you could see all of your past sort of like as a finished chapter and embrace the possibility of the future. So this is a song and video that represents that moment when you make a clean break and you watch your whole life just kind of evaporate in front of you and you wonder what's next.
Burn my life, burn my life, burn my life to the ground. Burn my life, burn my life, burn my life and take me out.
Now I actually did steal the phrase burn my life to the ground from Edward Snowden, who was doing an interview on Joe Rogan's podcast one time. Here's the clip.
If you found that, you can read that later, look at that, and like imagine yourself being like, oh, I'm gonna go outside on the courthouse steps and wave this thing and burn my life to the ground, burn my family to the ground, I'm never gonna be at work again, I'm going to jail for the rest of my life. The question is, what would it take for you to light a match and burn your life to the ground?
Yeah, so obviously my story is a little bit less dramatic than Edward Snowden's story, but I did feel a similar sort of thing that I was changing my life forever. And I also felt it as a compulsive urge, like it was something I needed to do to follow my destiny. So when Mike and I were thinking of the concept for the video, we thought that the best way to symbolize this was to actually print photos of my life and actually burn them. So we did that, and then I found a bunch of old movies that my dad had given me on a hard drive when we met up in Mexico last year. And I went to Mike and said, can we incorporate some of these old movies of my, youth and sort of show the metamorphosis into this, this nice little Canadian boy into this crazy eccentric expat musician. And so we started putting that together, and that became the basis of the video that you can now see. The printing and the subsequent burning of the photos was a pretty cathartic experience that brought up a lot of the feelings I had about my childhood and my life in Canada that I probably hadn't touched on in a while. And the whole incorporating the actual video footage of my youth was just like an incredibly emotional process. And I think that this overall is the most personal music video that I've made. And so I hope you enjoy it. And thanks for watching this Worldly Savages story video.